Let's log in. Alright everyone, so last time we did something with assignment, entry and release. So this is what we did yesterday. Let me have one more unit edit and assignment title is network design. This is released for today and this has to be submitted in, let's say, 31st December. That's done. Let me go further. Okay, let me have one more. Let me choose first semester professional practice. 001, and this has to be submitted, let's say, somewhere in February 4. Let's say have something more business, let's say, try to have as much data as possible. We'll take first semester unit. Okay, I have not defined any unit. Let me define some unit for business as well. Business batch first, let's say human resource management. Zero 010 level 4 credit 15. Yeah. Now let me have one more. First unit level is soft skills 0020 level 4 and credit 15. Third, let me have it for the hospitality. Let's say it's contemporary hotel management. Contemporary hotel management 0030 level 4 15. Add. Let us say these are the unit that I added, and now let me go further in the assignments, entry and release. So let me choose business first, human resource management assignment, HRM assignment 1. Let's say this is the date of, let me choose hospitality, CHM assignment 1. It's all released today. So this is the assignment sheet. Okay, so we have so many assignment created now. Now under assignment receipt, just hold on everyone, I need to pick up a call. What's up there? What's up there? Okay then. त्यही त म यसो गर्छु त्यही त म यसो गर्छु त्यही त Okay, everyone, so I'm back to the work. Now let me again just let's see what I want to do today is I just want to go to the assignment receipt And first of all, I have to have this all this program, semester, and the batch listed out here, and corresponding units of the particular program listed out here. Then we fill up with this with all the assignments here. All the assignments has to be listed out here, and whatever the assignment that you want to receive from a particular student, you can receive, and you can save the information here. So let me again clear you what we are trying to do. Let's say just we want to do today assignment receipt. We want to list all the assignments here, and once you click on a particular thing, you want it to be listed out on the corresponding, let's say. Okay, so first of all, let's get all the assignment receipt here onto this grid view. So let's get started now. Assignment receipt form. Okay, so let's see. Let's send the color. Okay, so this is done, everyone. So let me get all the assignments to be populated here. Also, let me change this all name. CMB program, CMB semester, CMB batch, CMB unit, TXT student ID, TXT student name, TXTS. Okay, CMB assignment. Actually, I don't need this in a combo box. I can have that in a text box. I'll just change this. Let me make it txt sub gtp submission bit. And txt submission number. Let me remove this. Let me put a text box here. Sorry, not this one. This one I want to change to text box. Txt assignment title. btn update info, btn delete info, and btn close, and bgv details. Alright everyone, we did well. We have done with this. Now let me have everything populated over here. So let me go and have this populated. Let me go to the form load, view code event, and under here I just want to have, okay, let me have this DGB assignment tools. Okay, let me just put it DGB assignments. So let me just have it. So let me create object for assignment tools. Assignments equals to and here DGB details. Get assignments. Okay, so all the assignments should be populated onto the grid view. So let me see what it means. We got it here. And if I select any one of them, this thing should be populated. Whatever the populations has to be made, all those things should be populated here, including assignment title, program badge, and the semester. So let me do one thing over here, everyone. So there are a few things that should not be changed. For example, these things should not be entered by any of them. So let me go to property and let me make enable to false. I do not have to provide that value. Yeah, I just want to say enable equals to false, and assignment title also enable equals to false. Alright, now submission date and this has to be supplied. And now let's make it a bit bigger if you want. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's see now. Okay, so let me just take this out. So now let me go to the event of this. So I'll click event and here I want CMB program.text should be equal to details selected loads 0 dot cells program name what else I have semester batch unit. Let me copy this semester batch and unit. Semester batch and unit. Semester batch and unit. Let's see what it's an exercise to assignment title. Let me run and check what I'm trying to do here. Let me go to assignments, receipt. There is error. Program name cannot be found. Okay, the program name could not be found. No problem. Let me see what is the problem with this. Let me run and check. I think that should be only program. Okay, let me run and check at least. Why is that happening? Assignments, receipt. Okay, here's program. So it's only program. That's why I was having error. Let me fix it. Let me run this again. Okay, so let me run this first. Let me select this. Ah, so there is again a problem. So there is again a problem here. I am not getting this program listed out here. Although I am able to get it. So let me see what is the problem here. Or else what I can do, instead of having this as a combo box, I can make it as a text box. So let me just take that to a text box. Let me delete this, let me delete this, let me delete this, let me delete this. Let me copy this. And let me make this, change this name to, let's say, txt program, txt semester, txt batch, txt unit. So let's set this and run it. And now let me just change the code. Txt program, txt semester, txt batch, txt unit. Okay, I was having one issue here as well. Okay, let me run and check this now. Let me disable this all. Let me run this again. Let me go to assignments receipt, and I get everything populated here. Okay, there is again a submitted date time. So you got everything everyone. So I just need a student information as well, student ID and the student name here. So let me get the student ID and the student name. So let's say here if I press any student ID, the student name should be populated here. So let me go and disable this. And for student ID, let me again, I have to write a query to retrieve the student whose ID is given on this text box. So let me go to the student class. And under student class, I'll be selecting the student with a given ID. Let me copy this code because these are very similar. Get student by ID, integer student ID, and where student ID should be equal to correct student ID should be the query, because I am selecting by student ID. And again I can make here cmd dot parameters for that with value at the rate student ID. Alright everyone, so I just got the student ID here. Now let me go over here, and if I change this one, then txt student name. So before that, let me just create a call the object. Which is equals to need to part is an integer because ID is a student. So this is it. Let me run and check. There is an error. So let me see what is the error. Okay, I'm having one issue here. Actually, I'm having an issue. Let me just see what is the problem here. So actually, this will not be like this. Let me have a data table. So this has to be like already have a data. So since because we are having this error because under the student class this is returning a data table, but I want only a student. So let me just change it. Let me make it a string, and just let me get a student name from the student, and then this will not return dt. So this will return dt dot rows 0, and this will return a student name dot to string. So this will return the string value. So now this should work. Now this will work. So let me run and check. So let me check the first of all the student. First of all, let me check what student I have. I have a student ID 1214. Okay. Let me go to assignment reset. So let's say you go and come and you have an ID of 1, and 1 is Om Kumar. If it is 2, so 2 is Pooja Khatri. If it is 3, then 3, I don't have ID with 3. So I'm getting an error here, and see there is no row at position 0 is thrown here. So I need to manage this error, everyone. So let me manage this error. So what I can tell is if dt.rows.count is greater than 0, then only I will do this. I will return else I will return nothing here. So let me just show it. So let me go again to the assignment part, assignment receipt. 1 is okay, 2 is okay, 3 is not okay, 4 is okay. I don't have 5, so I will not take 5. So whatever the student I have will be populated here. Now let me go for, okay, again I'm getting here. Okay, so this one I can manage. So this one should be managed by using a try catch. Let's handle this by using a try catch here. Let me just cut it first. Let's put that into a try catch, and let's not throw anything. Let us put it here. Let's save this. Let's run it again. You don't have to do like this. Any logic you have in your mind, you can just follow that logic. Let me go to student shift, and now we have 1 okay, 2 also okay, 3 also, 3 not okay, 4 also okay, 5 we don't have, so we will be getting, and if I put nothing, and I don't have any student, no error now. Now I want to receive the assignment. For receiving the assignment, what I need is I would need the program, semester, batch, and the unit. Actually, I'm not normalizing the data. Once if I have a normalized data, then I would not have to put this everywhere. I would have to pass one line of code, and then everything would be done. But since my data is not normalized, which will be learning in the next semester of the database, so we'll come to know about the normalization. For now, let's keep it as it is. So you would need program, semester, batch, unit, student ID, student name, assignment title, submitted date, and the submission number. Let's say this is the first submission. So I'll just click on receipt assignment, and the assignment will be received. All done for the this GUI part. Now let us go and create a database for this every month. So we need to go and create a database. Okay, everyone. So let's get started with the database part. So for database part, I need to look into this GUI part so that I don't forget what fields are to be added. Let me go to assignment receipt part, and I'll create a database for this. So let me open my SQL, and all process will begin again. Let me create table. Create table assignment receipt table, and now we have a, receipt ID. This is the primary key, and then we have semester. We have we have a program. Let us have a program here. We have semester. Batch. Unit. Student ID, which is integer. Student name. Varchar. Assignment title. Submitted date. And a submission number. That's varchar 200. Okay, that's it. So let's again run it. So we just created a table for assignment receipt. Now let's create a store procedure. Assignment receipt. Let's begin and end, and let us see at the rate receipt ID. So what else I have? Let me just see the table. Connect program. Sorry, I'm not this one. I'm not going to. I think I have a different one. This one should be receipt ID program batch semester unit student ID should be the same. At the rate student ID, the rate student name, the rate assignment title, at the rate submitted date, and at the rate submission number. Submission number. Okay. So we have done with the parameters. Let's check at the rate mode also. As begin, and we have insert into assignment receipt table. Value something like this. At the rate we need a program, so I need to have a mode here. If at the rate mode equals to 1, then I want to make an insert operation. So what I need to have is a program semester batch unit student ID, student name, assignment title, submitted date, submission number. So that's it. And at the rate values you can have at the rate program, at the rate semester, at the rate batch, at the rate unit, at the rate student ID, at the rate student name, at the rate assignment title, rate submitted date, at the rate submission number. So that will be the insert operation. Now let's go for update operation. So if at the rate mode equals to 2, so perform update assignment receipt table, set program equals to at the rate program, semester equals to at the rate semester, batch equals to at the rate batch, unit equals to the rate unit, student ID equals to the rate student ID, student name equals to the rate student name, assignment title, and then submitted date equals to the rate submitted date, and assignment submission number equals to the rate submission number. Okay, that's done. Where receipt ID should be equal to the rate receipt ID. So we are done with the update operation. Now let's go for delete. If mode equals to 3, then perform delete operation. Delete from assignment receipt table, where receipt ID should be equal to the rate receipt ID. We are done with this now for delete operation. Let me execute this code. There is error. No problem. Let me see what is the error. So here is the error. Okay, so okay, the error is because of this one. I did not provide data type. Let me again see what error I will have. I can't guarantee you that I won't be having error. Okay, so error is no. So this is successfully executed. Now it's up. Now it's for us. Now we'll be getting into the front end. Now we'll be getting into the UI part, and now we'll be just creating a class for the assignment receipt. So let us create a class, and I'll be creating assignment receipt class. So let me just go and create. Let's say assignment receipt class. Done. Let me have those all both names. So now process will repeat. So again, let's say and public will manage assignment receipt. Let's say bool rs equals to false. Return rs, and in between I'll be using a try catch. Let me have using system that Windows home, so that I can add it. Okay, so let me have all these parameters here. Submitted date, submission number, and finally integer mode is the one we need. And here we need to have SQL command, and we need all the stored procedure name, and the name of the stored procedure is. Let me check what I have done with the stored procedure. That should be assignment receipt. So this is the stored procedure. So that is sp underscore assignment receipt. Okay. Command connection string has to be passed, and we have to specify the command type. Stored procedure at the rate receipt ID. And I need this in number of places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 11. 11 places. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Let me quickly do this. Program. Batch. Semester. Unit. Student ID. Student name. Assignment title. submitted date, submission number, and finally mode. I think one is mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 11 was there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 was there. Something is missing. Receipt ID, program, batch. Okay, semester is missing. Let me cut it. Let me batch and semester. So I can put it here. Make it semester. Let me change this field. So this is receipt ID. This is program. Now this can be changed. Program, batch, semester, unit, student ID, student name, assignment title, submitted date, submission number, and that's a mode. Okay, let's open the connection. And let's close the query. If result is greater than 0, then we'll set R is equals to true, else we'll set R is equals to false. I need to make few changes in the database here, everyone. For example, let's say the submission ID. Okay, that's okay. Okay, let us leave it as it is. You can control it programmatically later if you want. Now let's go to the front end. Let's go to this part. Now let's create the object of this class. Let's say assignment receipt equals to new data access layer receipt class, and now we'll be using, let's say we can do now try catch next. So here I can have bool rs equals to receipt dot manage assignment receipt, and here you have now everything. So let me create one more variable here for receipt. These are r equals to 0 for lazy. Okay, receipt ID 0. Let me pass it here. And then you have a program. So let's say txt program dot text, txt semester dot text, txt batch dot text, txt unit dot text, integer dot parse, id dot text. Then you have student name, then you have assignment title, then you have submission date, then you have submission number, then you have mode, and that's 1 in this case. And if rs double equals to true, so let me just throw a message box. Assignment successfully received. Let me just throw the error. Message box was so error in performing the required operation. Alright everyone, we did it. Let me set this. Also I need to retrieve all the value, so let me just retrieve all the value. For that, let me copy any function from any of the class. For example, let me just copy this. Copy this all, and let me go to the assignment class. Let me have a public data table get all receipt assignments. Let me copy this here, and instead of this student table I need to pass assignment receipt table. And I'm done with receiving all this work, so let me go here. One step is done, so I will be putting that here. So DGV details, the data source should be now should be equal to now. It will get all those assignments, so that's a receipt dot get all assignments. That's done. So let me copy this function and let me call it on the load event somewhere here. Let me save this work. Let me run it on everyone. Let's run this. Let's go to assignment receipt. Let us say that we want to submit this assignment today. Om Kumar is the one. Okay, let us want to submit this assignment, and submission number is first. It is his first submission. So and it's received and it's populated here. So it's not okay, auto size columns not full. So let me just go and make it. So let me go to design mode. So let me go to the design mode for this. Go to property, and now actually auto size column mode to fill. Just so meshes everyone. Alright everyone, so let me see admin, and let us say now this one. Okay, Om has submitted one assignment, and let's say there is another one. Okay, there is another one who want to submit this assignment with two. Pooja wants to submit, and Pooja also, this is our first submission. Let's say this is our first submission, and I'm going to receive it. Okay, I received it. The assignment of Pooja as well. In fact, there could be a multiple people who want to submit these assignments. Okay, and then this is all done. Now we'll go for update and delete operation, which is very straightforward. So for update and delete, also you need to populate all the value onto these corresponding text boxes. So let us go and do that, everyone. So let us go to event, self quick event, and let me just do it. So I think I had, okay, so let me just do receipt ID equals to digital parts dgv dot selected rows 0 dot cells, and that's a receipt ID dot dot value dot string. Okay, so that's done for receipt. Again for program, so receipt txt program dot get should be now equal to this one. Okay, let me copy this and that has to be programmed. Let me copy this. It's a txt batch. That's a batch. Let me again go and make it txt semester. That's a semester. Txt unit. Then txt student id. That's a student id. Again, once you do that, txt student name, assignment title, txt submitted date, adapt the DTP. So this is submitted date. And now submission number. That's the submission number. Let's run and check whether am I able to retrieve all the value or not. Let me select anyone. I am able to retrieve all the values. Super fantastic. This is all very great now, everyone. So now what I want to do the next is to make an update operation. So that should be very pretty straightforward for me now. If there is no error, then that we might say that there might be no error. There could be error. So let me copy this code first for making an update. So let me copy this all code, because only the thing that I would need to change is the mode. This much I need. Let me control save this. Go to designer. Update this code. Paste it out here. Only this mode will change to 2 for making an update. So assignment information. That's it. Information successfully updated. That's done. So let me run this and let me again go for delete operation. So let me just go for delete, paste it out here, and then just make it 3. Assignment information successfully deleted. Successfully deleted, and that's done. Let me save this word. Let me run this again. Let's run this and let's go to the assignment part, receipt part. Let me select any one of them. Let me make that okay. So C was now again C comes on this date. Okay, so let's say submitted date is this one. So let's say I found it case it did not submit it on this date, it's submitted on this date. So I just update, and this got updated absolutely fine. So update operation worked. And I said okay, so this guy had not submitted the assignment, but still it's in the record, so let me delete. So it's deleted from here. So all at the same time these all things will be blank. So let me so we can do that. So I already have developed a class for that. So that's a helper class. Let me go and use this helper class. Let me just do helper class dot clear, and that should be under box 1. Let me copy this to everywhere. Whenever update is insert is made, whenever a delete is made. So everything should be clear now. Let me run this and let me check now. Let's run. Receipt. Let me check any. Okay, let me create a new one. So that's this guy. Hospitality management, his ID is 3. Okay, there is no ID with 3. 4 is Abhishek. He wants to submit some assignment called selection. He wanted to submit. Okay, he submitted it just. Okay, he's submitting today, and it is his first submission. Let's see. Let me receive. That's done. And you see the fields are blank now. So that means this is working as per expected, as per the expectations. Alright everyone, so we just finished the assignment receipt part for now today. But we are still left with assignment handover to teachers. You see this much is left. Again we are left with assignment received from the teachers. So again this much is left. Again we have assignment feedback. So this much is still left. So we are left with three part everyone. This one and assignment feedback. So once we are done with this, so we'll be done with the assignment. We'll be done with our project. And only the things will be left will be a report or result which we can do which we can do. This will require one more class, so maybe we'll have now one class for this, one class for this, and one class for this. So three class plus for result one, report one class, and result one class. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 classes are there, and plus 5. So at least 5 classes are still left, and within 5 classes we'll be finishing this everything. So tomorrow let us try to spend more time on this, and let us try to finish this assignment handover to teachers and receive assignments from the teachers. We'll finish that by tomorrow, and day after tomorrow also we'll have a class. We'll continue with the session and we'll finish this part. Okay everyone, so if you have a question in between you can raise your questions. But before that, let me take your attendance and everything. Only 27 are there now. Okay. Let me just take your attendance, everyone. Okay, so let me just take attendance for today. So I use Abhishek. Who is this Harry Potter? Who are you, Harry Potter? Huh? Please write your name. I can't I write your name in chat box. I can't just please write your name in chat box. Hari Wagle. So don't put any such name like that. Wagle. Council. Kharab. Nikita Pradhan. Nishant Bhandari. Om Kumar. R.S. Kafir. Pragya Nirmal. Pratik Paudel. Jack Chaudhary. Vijan Sharma. Ritik Sharma. Rojan Joshi. Santosh Nirvani. Sylvia Tracy. Swami Shrestha. C.S. Karmachari. Alright everyone, so you can start living now. If you have no question, you can start living. I'll provide you the video as soon as my class is done. So I'm going to stop session for now.